Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Gardener's Journey Homestead. I am Barbara and I'm in the tunnel today. And today was going to be a really big seed starting day. But y'all, I got to clean up before I can start any more seeds. So actually, I thought I would take you along with me because I'm trying to get my space organized. I am limited on space. I know you're thinking, how are you limited on space, Barbara? You got all this big tunnel. I'm limited on space to start seeds. For the amount of seeds that I want to start this year, I'm starting more this year than I did last year. And I'm being more intentional about what I'm starting and the numbers, because last year I quote unquote started a lot, but I still ended up buying a lot of starts from the plant store. And not that there's anything wrong with that, and not that I won't do that, but I don't want to have to do that. I just want it to be like, oh, they have such and such, and mine didn't. What was that run? What was that? Okay, y'all, back to regular schedule programming. I saw something moving in the tunnel, and that got my attention. Okay, let me focus. So, if you are brand new to me, let me start there. If you're new to me, I'm in zone 7A. I'm in Tennessee. And my growing space, I have 5 raised beds that are 4x8 behind my house. I have a tunnel that's 30x96, which I'm standing in now. And in the tunnel, we have 6 raised beds and the rest is in ground. And then we also have an in-ground growing space that's about 20-ish by 100, somewhere along in there. So a lot of growing space. We have the tunnel, we have the in-ground, and then we have raised beds. Now, I did all of that over time. It was not all at one time, but it has been over the, 2 or 3 years. So, anywho, I was going to start a lot of seeds today. But when I came down to the tunnel, I brought some seeds from the house to put in here to make room in the house for the new seeds that's coming in. And y'all, it's not looking like efficient like, right? So I just got to clean up this space in this area before I can do a whole lot of seeds. So that's what we're doing today. And I thought I would just take you along with me. And again, if you have a space like mine, you may be all tidied up and all that. No judgment zone. Just send me some encouraging words down in the comments, okay? But don't talk about how this stuff is not together, because we're about to get it together. We're about to get it together. So let me turn you around and show you one of the areas. Okay, so this is one table. This is the first table that we had. We have 2 that's the same size, and I think this is a 3 feet by maybe 4 feet. I don't remember. Anyway, it can fit 5, 10, 20 trays on it. So these are the plants from the house that I brought down here because the weather is going to be nice all week long. The 10-day forecast is amazing. So all of these will be down here. And so that's that table. Then here is another table that's just like it. And you can see I got stuff everywhere. So hubby is down here helping me. We're going to kind of get this organized a little bit so that we can clear off this space and so that we can use that top of the table. Then, as we move over here, this is the table. Those last 2 that I just showed you, I had somebody build those for me as soon as we got the tunnel. This table here is the one that my husband actually built. And we actually have a video of this that we did with him building it. I will try to link it here. You can see it better here. And I can't remember the dimensions of this table. I don't remember the dimensions, but I'm sure I said it in that video. But this is the table that you guys usually see me at when I'm starting seeds. As you can see, it has more surface area, so I can get more 10, 20 trays on it. But we just kind of trying to get it up and get it organized and get cleaned up. But then this is what my husband did for me today. He brought the sawhorse in from outside, which is the sawhorse is what we use to build this table. But then he just got me a Rubbermaid tote and put my soil in it, because y'all have seen me on many videos digging down or bending down to get the soil and all of that. So this is a temporary option until we can get something a little bit more permanent. Ideally, what I want to do is to have something hanging off here on the side of the table that's the same height as the table, that I can just scoop soil in and out. But this right here for now is much better than bending down and all of that. So this is a a 17-gallon tote, and we just put all the soil in here, and it's just going to make it a lot easier when it comes to starting seeds tomorrow. So that's what we've done so far. So one of the first things I'm going to do is at least clear off this area here that's to the right of the bin, because I want obviously to be starting seeds as close to the soil as possible versus this down here. And I'm thinking, I got a lot of thoughts in my head, and I'm gonna tell y'all, this is not my strong suit at all. I like to keep things clean. I like to be organized, but once it gets like out of hand, it just feels overwhelming to me. I'm like, where do I start? And my husband's always like, just start with one area and just, yeah. But I'm looking at all this and I'm like, but, okay. Hubby is on this other table here. Honey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got a process?
Tools together, shovels together, fertilizer together, dirt together, compost together, seeds together. So right now, just kind of organizing those things, putting them all together, and then figuring out where we want to put them and where's going to be their final location. So right now, we're just kind of organizing and putting things together so that when we figure out where we want to put them, we can just grab them all and put them there. So we're just getting started, but it won't be long. It won't look like this at all.
Y'all heard that, right? Okay. So let me jump in the fray, and I think I'm just going to take direction. I think I'm just going to take direction and try to get this stuff moving. I'll time lapse some of this, and I'll come back and let you guys know what we're doing. Okay, y'all, you can see we got it cleaned up, at least this main area. So I have way more surface area to lay out trays and to do seeds when I'm down here on my seed starting day. So I have my soil, I have some seeds right there, all of my labels and markers are in there. There's my soil block. And this is all, some of this is temporary. Like I got a whole lot of gloves. I'm going to get a contained bin for the gloves, and we'll put those somewhere else. These are plant trellis clips. Those are seeds that are going to the house. Those are my hori trowel and things like that. And then all of this little stack is going to the house. So basically you can see this has come a long way. Another reason why it's good to be organized, just not for my own sanity, is because it's like anything in your life, whether it's in your house, your kitchen, your pantry, or in your tunnel, is that you don't know what you have if you're not organized. Because, y'all, I had just bought more of these like plant labels or whatever, but I found a whole, look at that. I found a whole stack. And I mean, I'm going to always use them. So it's not like I bought them and I'm not going to use them, but I thought I didn't have hardly any, but I had this whole pack. That's probably at least 100. Right? And I bought 500. So this whole thing is full of plant labels and stuff like that. Then this morning, just this morning, I was looking at my inventory for my purple hull peas and figuring out how many I needed. I was like, oh man, I think I'm short. And so I had just went on the website to go look and order some more. And y'all, I found a whole bag that was like a bulk size that I had bought last year that I didn't even remember. It was like literally up under something. This whole bag. Look at all those seeds. This is a pound, and I probably used half of that. So I have more than enough seeds of what I need. So I didn't even know I had it. Now, should you keep your seeds in the tunnel? No, you shouldn't. But they got overlooked, so they didn't make it into the house. But they're gonna go to the house today. So. And let me show you the other area too. Okay, look at that. So the top is clean, so we can put more trays there. And then we organize, I wouldn't say organized, but it is semi-organized. We have all of the fertilizers and stuff that we use down here on the bottom shelf, and pruners, scissors, just all of those like knick-knack stuff is down here on the bottom shelf, and all of this is clean. So we got those little lights there in the corner. So I have that space. Then of course I showed you we already have that space. So I think the only thing we have left to do is to clean this bottom area here. Is that right, honey?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna figure out what to do with that, and then that space will be open. And I think I'm gonna put all of my trays there. So it amazes me how literally we did all that in about 20 minutes. So it doesn't take long, but it really felt big and overwhelming to me. And my husband, he's great at this kind of stuff. He just sees it and he's like, okay, it's not as big as you think it is. Just take it in chunks and all that. So we make a great team. But we got all that done in 20 minutes. Done and done and done. So we just got a little bit more to do. And some of this is not permanent. Like I want to get some bins to kind of contain some of this stuff. And then also like my tools. I mean, I need to take better care of my stuff so that it doesn't rust and all that. But I'm learning. I'm getting there. So I think what I'm going to do now is get my trays and see what I'm going to need for tomorrow. Go ahead and line them up and see how many I can get on this table. Okay, so for the big seed starting day that I'm doing tomorrow, I'm doing all of my peppers. I did some peppers last week. I think you guys were with me when I did that. But I'm going to do the rest of my peppers and some herbs, some sage. I got to go back and look at my sheet. Okay, so I have my trays laid out that I'm going to use tomorrow. I'm going to use the rest of my air printing trays from Bootstrap Farmer. I did a video on that. So far, so good. Love them. And of course, I love the purple. And then I'm thinking about doing something in my P200 tray, but I got to go back to my plan and look and see. I may do my tomatoes in here. I want to think through that, because of course for tomatoes you can kind of see the size of kind of how long it is. They'll need to be up potted, and I don't know that I want to start that many in something I'm gonna have to up pot probably twice. So let me think through that. I gotta see. And again, this is why, again, when I did the video on my crop plan, I'm not on my crop plan, but on my seed starting plan, when I showed you the sheets about what I was starting, remember I had columns on that sheet that said, where is the seed gonna go? Meaning, once it's ready to be transplanted, is it going in the raised bed? Is it going in the greenhouse? And all of that. And at the time that I did that, I did not have that part done. I'm working on that with my crop plan. So I'm pretty much 90% there, but ideally that would have already been done when I first laid out my seeds. But y'all, life be lifing. That's all I can say. So we always may have good intentions and we want it to be perfect, but sometimes you just have to execute imperfectly, right? So I already started seeds? Yes. Do I already have seeds growing? Yes. Is it done the way that I want? Meaning, okay, do I have the exact number that I want? Do I know exactly where it's going? Did I put it in the right tray, in the right medium? No. But I have some seeds and they're growing. But while I have the time now, I'm trying to, before I do the rest of all of the big stuff and the rest of my seed starting for the next, 6 or 7 weeks, I'm trying to make sure that I have a plan and that is intentional about where stuff is going, where it's going to be when I transplant it, what does it need to be started in, and think through that. But you better believe if for some reason life starts to life again on tomorrow, we're just going to plant some seeds and we're going to figure it out as we go. So what am I saying? What am I saying is that just do it. Start somewhere. Don't wait for the perfect situation. Do not work for the perfect tilling of the garden, the perfect this and the perfect that. Just grow food. Seeds want to grow. Put some seeds in something and then figure it out as you go. But when you can be intentional, be intentional. Okay, so before we go, let us try out our new soil situation that we have going on. This ain't permanent, but it's a scoop I had down here. I don't even know what I was using this for. Probably for soil. Anyway, let's try this and see how we like it. Oh, I forgot about this. I gotta put a tray up under. Okay. Let's try this again. Well, I can already tell you it's better than bending. for sure. So I've done this before when I've had time. I'm going to go ahead and fill up my trays with soil. So that way tomorrow when it's time to plant, this part's already done. Yeah, this scoop is big. That works good. And you guys let me know, especially if you're growing in a tunnel and you have a lot of stuff. Let me know how you have your soil. Do you still have it in bags? And are you bending down? I mean, there's no judgment, but I'm just trying to be a little bit more efficient and save my 40-something-year-old back. That's what I'm trying to do, because we in this for the long haul, right? So yeah, let me know what you do. When I was at the farm workshop, they had theirs like attached to the table. Yeah. You about to fertilize, honey?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I'm looking at something.
Oh. They had it attached to the table. It was like the same height as the table. It was just like right there. And they had like the stainless steel bowl that they were just scooping it out of. So that's kind of where I got the idea. But I've seen other people that put it like in a Rubbermaid tote like this, and they just kind of have it up on some bricks and stuff. So let me know if you guys have a suggestion on how you do it. Something that's relatively, DIY. We can just put something together. So I'm filling up my tray with soil, so we will be ready tomorrow when it's time to plant. Okay, hubby's gonna start fertilizing with our backpack sprayer. We love it. The sun's about to go down, so we probably got, 10 more minutes before it gets dark. So let me hurry up and do this. I'm gonna keep filling the trays with soil so that when we're ready to plant tomorrow, we already have that part done. Efficiency, y'all. Efficiency. Thinking ahead. And hubby is gonna fertilize, and I gotta tell y'all, remind me. Yeah, remind me. I gotta tell y'all about this fertilizer. Remember, on my video with the backpack sprayer, I showed you the fertilizer that we were doing. I've only done it once since then. Remember, I told you I was gonna fertilize every week. Life be lifing, okay? So this is like week 2, so a week they didn't get fertilized. But I can tell the difference after 1 week. And I'm pretty sure it's what I used. Because before that, my stuff was struggling. Remember, I was on here about crying, like, can I still grow food? It looked good, y'all. I'll show you in a video this week about how the stuff is looking, and I'll tell you all about the fertilizer. Well, I already told you, but I want you to see the stuff, and that way you can tell me if it looks good to you. Okay? But thank you guys for hanging out with us as we got a little organization. I had to do this, y'all, before I could even do it seeds. Like, I could only fit 1 tray. Now I can fit, I have 4 up here, and I have room, I think, for like 3 more. All because we cleaned up and got a little organization going on. So y'all, get your space together as much as you can so that you know where stuff is and you know what you're doing. But thank you so much for hanging out with us. Remember, this is all a journey. And fortunately or unfortunately, this is part of it. You got to clean up. You got to get organized so that you can be efficient, so that we can have a wonderful, wonderful harvest this summer. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to my channel. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend. And remember, it's all a journey. Let's grow together. Can't wait to see you next time.